However, we moved into the apartment 2 years ago. Multiple problems throughout the 2 years that we were living there. The last 6 months, there was a leak. He blamed it on us. It wasn't our fault, and he's withholding our security deposit. We deserve that money back.
Okay, there was a leak. Where was the leak?
Well, it started off with the leak being in our garage. That was 6 months before we left the place. I noticed there was a giant water puddle in the garage, but the thing that he's actually withholding our deposit for is the shower, which is nowhere near the garage.
All right, well, let's talk about 6 months earlier. So you call him and you alert him, or you text him and you tell him there's a leak in the garage?
I do. I actually have that in evidence.
Okay, I don't think you deny that, right? Like they did alert you.
Yes,
there was a
Your
leak.
Honor, that's
And
right.
then did he send anybody to look into that?
Yes, he did. And I only knew that because the maintenance guy had to come to our place as well to check for leaks.
Okay.
And then we heard nothing about it. So we assumed there wasn't a leak. We assumed there was no problem because we just heard nothing.
Okay. Did you send somebody to go take a look at that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you send a handyman or a plumber?
Yes, my trusted handyman that handles all
and
my
then the handyman went over, and what did he tell you it was?
Well, he found out, he suspected initially that it was from the sprinklers coming from the neighbors, because the neighbor's sprinkler runs kind of high. It tends to overflow sometimes into our property, but it has never done that. It's never gone into the garage.
Well, plus also you would see a trail as opposed to just a big puddle in the center, so I'm not sure that his conclusions are particularly trustworthy. So did you ever send a plumber or no?
No, Your Honor, we didn't. The handyman basically looked at all the plumbing and determined there was no problem. There was no leak in the.
But how does he do that without ripping open? Like, you know, to really know, I mean, looked at all the plumbing. You can't really, he doesn't have x-ray vision. How does he know that?
No, Your Honor, the pipes are exposed, so they don't necessarily have to strip
the pipes are exposed in the garage?
Yes.
Oh, well, then he doesn't need x-ray vision.
No.
He just needs vision. Okay, so he looks at the pipes and everything's fine, and his guess is it's the sprinkler system from the neighbors.
Yes, Your Honor, but then again, the problem didn't really reoccur, so it kind of figured what was one and done.
So now, you folks are moving out, you give adequate notice, there's no issue on that, and then you leave the place, and how did you leave the place?
Pristine.
Okay. Do you have any pictures of how you left the place?
We do.
Okay. That's always a very, very good idea. Whenever you move into a place, you take very good close-up pictures of everything wrong with the place, even if you don't want it fixed, just so that you don't get blamed for it.
Your Honor, I will just add, though, that 2 days before we moved out, I did text the landlord again because I had been in the bathroom and I was packing things up ready for us to move, and I moved the shower mat, and there was another puddle.
Underneath the shower mat?
Underneath the mat. And
okay, but what is the mat? Hold on one second. Let's back up. All right, so this is how long before you move out?
This was 2 days before we left.
Okay,
we were packing.
and so you move the shower mat and you find what underneath?
Water.
Water.
How much water?
It was
2 feet.
Yeah.
You know.
It was covered by the mat.
You don't have a picture of it, do you?
We do not.
All right. So you call him and you tell him, hey, water's collecting here?
We texted him.
I texted him and I have
Let me see that text. I do want to see that.
We have the text from the garage and we have the text as well.
The garage, I don't need to. You can go ahead. That's fine. Yeah.
From the bathroom.
And I will just add that neither of us showered that day, so we did not cause that puddle. It was there.
Well, how did it happen?
Well, my belief is that there's leaking in the pipes.
All right, so is it a $3,000 security deposit?
Yes.
All right, let me hear from you, Mr. Singh, on why you feel you have the right to keep the security deposit.
Well, Your Honor, I brought in specialists to look at the problem. We noticed that there was moisture and humidity on the surface. And once we used our moisture meters, and we found that there was water seepage inside the floor and inside the wall, to the extent that there was mold damage. So we had to basically pull out all the wood and the tile and repaint everything, do all the mold remediation, and all in all, it set me back.
I live in Miami, Florida. I know exactly what you're talking about because it just happens like without leaks to us. You know, I mean, it's just, it's ridiculous.
Okay, why weren't they that thorough when the first issue arose? You mean to tell me that the water from your neighbor's sprinklers have never ever gone into the garage before, and yet this happens and it doesn't raise any red flags or alarms at all? Come on, dude.
That just makes no sense. I mean, it's just bullshit.
Water damage is a big deal, especially in a rental property. There can be structural damage, which is dangerous. There can be mold, which is a danger to your health, and that can just lead to a major lawsuit. If you're a landlord, why don't you just do what you have to do to make sure and cover yourself? Now he's being sued.
I'm going to sue the pants off you.
You don't have to sue me to get my pants off.
So I know it's a big endeavor, but what I guess what I'm asking you is, how is it something you pin on them? Why is it their fault?
Because we've eliminated all other causes, Your Honor.
So okay, so how did they cause it?
Well,
Exactly. How do they cause it? By just using the shower? Going number 2 in the toilet? How does a tenant cause a leak in the pipes that are in the walls, that are underneath the floors that they can't see? Make it make sense.
well, our theory is that they probably left the shower curtain partially open, or I don't know how open, but
Well, I don't know why you're laughing. People do that all the time. I'm not sure why you're laughing, because people do that all the time, and water collects.
Your Honor, this
How
is...
long have you owned this place?
I've owned this place for close to 9 years now.
So how do you know who committed the negligence?
Because every time we rent it out, we prepare the
Right, but you don't look into the subfloor.
Well,
The subfloor is the last thing, that's when you rip up the floor, is when you see this. So you don't know
Yes.
how long it's been building up, do you?
Unless we sense there's some kind of moisture on the surface.
Right, which didn't happen in the 9 years because you never
No,
did
we have the same people look at it. These are experts. They do all our apartments.
No, I know. And when they sensed it was only after they left. But it's not like you went around having sensor meters after every tenant or anything like that. We don't know when this moisture developed.
So, Your Honor...
What relationship is this bathroom to the garage? Is it right on top?
This is right directly above it.
Your Honor, if I may.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Many of other tenants in our building also have had so many complaints about him as well. We're not the
About
only
him as a
ones.
human or about leaks?
No, about him being an absentee landlord. There's been-
What do you mean by absentee?
Well, in our instance, there's been issues that we've reported that have taken him up to a week to send someone for, and that's only because I had to text him multiple times, which is really annoying because I have work and I have things I need to be doing.
Tale as old as time. Landlords are no help. Why is it that landlords never really do their job? It's so common.
Now that's a lot of damage. Let's see if it's going to leak. Yep, it leaks.
Have you guys ever dealt with that?
Super strong waterproof tape.
何？お前はもう死んでいる。
And he doesn't reply unless I double text him.
Oh, pardon me, Your Honor. That is not true. I would like to see evidence to that effect.
Do you have any evidence to that effect, that he ignores your messages?
No.
I mean,
But we do have the log that shows the time between reporting it and the time between
when you say a
actions.
log, what do you mean?
A maintenance log.
Oh, let's see that.
And the
I do
maintenance
wanna see-
log will
Well, where do you get that? Like, what's that? What is that?
well, that is when we...
Oh, those are your notes, though, right?
Yes.
So the log will reflect, Your Honor, that we're very prompt with our service.
The log will absolutely not reflect that you're prompt.
Okay, well, hold on one second. First of all, do not talk to him. 11:10, garbage disposal and kitchen not working, completed 11:11. That seems pretty prompt. 12:1, completed 12:6. Okay, that's 5 days, but sometimes you can't get somebody to go out. 2:10, completed 2:11. 6:3, completed 6:10. Okay, 7 days. Microwave door latch broken. That's not exactly a matter of national security. Bathtub not draining properly. Complaint is January 14th. Completed January 17th. I'm not seeing what you're saying.
Okay, so the problem is, Your Honor, is that would...
I mean, it's like you've written notes next to it. It took him 3 days. It took him 3 days.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question? Have you ever had to call a repair person in your
Yes.
life that someone else didn't need to call? Because sometimes it takes 3 days to get them there.
Absolutely, and that would be a completely reasonable amount of time if he actually called repair people.
How do you know when he called them? If the people were like, okay, this is nonsense, okay? Like, if you report something and it's completed in 3 days, that is not a huge lag time. The only one that's 7 days is the microwave door latch, which truly is not that big a deal. So maybe he didn't treat that one with the same, angst as you did. But I'm still trying to figure out, rather than, tell me how everybody hates him and he's a terrible person, I'm trying to get to the legal part of this, which is, how do you prove it's their fault? Because when a plaintiff comes to court, they always have the burden of proof. Okay? They have the burden of proving their case. By a preponderance of the evidence, it's more likely than not that it's how they say it goes. But when your defense is, I'm not going to give you your security deposit back that I'm supposed to give to you because you caused damage, that burden shifts to you. It's now your turn to prove to me that it is more likely than not them who created that kind of damage. How on earth are you going to do that when, go ahead. Yeah, I know there is damage. Is that how you're going to do it?
No.
Go ahead and show me what you got.
So I have material evidence, Your Honor. This is the price. These are the costs that I incurred.
Yes, you've absolutely proven beyond a reasonable doubt, which is not even your burden. You have proven beyond all doubt in the sky that it cost that. Here's my question. How are you pinning it on them? How is it that you are going to prove that it was their negligence and not just the normal wear and tear or negligence of prior tenants? Because the mold is the only one that knows, and guess what? The mold's not testifying, right? We can't tell from looking at it when it developed. That's the bottom line. So I'm going to order you to return the security deposit. There is no other reason to withhold it but the subfloor issue, right? Like, because everything else was pristine. All right. Verdict for the plaintiff, $3,000.
All right. She is absolutely right. And in a way, they did do their due diligence by reporting the leak in the garage. It is your fault that your guy didn't do a thorough check of the bathroom that was directly above the garage. That is common sense, dude. I completely agree with this judgment. I don't think that the landlord was able to prove that the tenants actually caused the damage, which is the burden of proof that he had to prove. Why are landlords always like this? They just seem to want to be difficult with their tenants instead of doing what they are supposed to do. He needs to cover himself by being thorough in his investigations of any kind of leaks, structural damage, or anything of the sort. What do you guys think about the judgment? Do you think it was too much, too little, or just right? I would love to know your thoughts. Let me know. Love ya.
Now that's a lot of damage!